Kia ora. Hey Leo. Hi, welcome to your July 2016 reading with me. We're changing the format this month. We're using the Morgan Greer cards and we are using 4 cards, one for each week of the month. But under the 4 cards is an affirmation or reconfirmation card. And at the end of the reading we have a positive affirmation and mantra card for you to utilize. Let's see what we have in store for you guys for July 2016. Leo. First card, first week, 10 of Swords, the 6 of Pentacles, the 8 of Cups, and the 7 of Swords. Okay, and the confirmation cards, the Ace of Swords, the Knight of Cups, the 3 of Swords, and the Knight of Pentacles. Okay guys, let's see where this is taking us. No major arcanas but an ace here. A few swords, 2 pentacles and 2 cups. Okay, so we're starting off July there with 10 of swords and underneath the ace of swords. So what we can assume with this is, we can clarify it actually very clearly. The 10s are about endings and the aces are about new beginnings, and when we have an ending we always have a new beginning. So the 10 of swords could leave you feeling really like you've been through an awful lot, and there's this degree of feeling quite burnt out, possibly worn out, physically exhausted. Or there is also the feeling that you have finished something that's been a journey where there have been others involved, friendships possibly, and this is now leaving your life and you are moving on. Sometimes there's the feeling involved with it that there has been a sadness around it, or you feel like there is a painful loss. So there's a degree of thinking, oh, how did this get to this point, or why did it happen? I wish it hadn't have quite gone this way. But it needed to. There was something that was unbalanced about it or unfair. Know that when you are here, you do move on and into this next cycle, which will be cleaner and clearer. The confirmation card is the Ace of Swords, really highlights that whole message, because that card says you've got it, you're going to be getting there, and you have won over the situation. So possibly these people here, it is either envy or jealousy or something, because they haven't got what they wanted out of you, or they're not coming with you on this new adventure or journey. The Ace often says that there have been sometimes words and legal contracts or obligations, and that 2 people may have separated even. This can be the indication of a divorce or the separation of a long-standing relationship, whether it be personal, romantic, or even business oriented, but there's a severing of the ways and a separation, and there may have been documents to be signed. So it's a bittersweet moment or epiphany. And it depends how you take it and how determined you are to move forward. And knowing that you're Leos, there's no way that I can see you all hanging around, mooching there, feeling sorry for yourself. So you're much more likely to go, great, I've got the ace, I'm moving on, that's it, clean it out, new life. So we move into the second week and we see the 6 of Pentacles and underneath the Knight of Cups. Now this card is actually rather a lovely one to have. It either indicates one of 2 things: that you are able to give out and offer things, or you're on the receiving end of things. Now either of those particular paradigms in life is just as good as the other, because without receiving we will never be able to give, and without giving we never receive. It's a very cyclical nature. So whichever one of these you find yourself in, that it's just as beautiful and as rewarding as the other. We often think of it as money, so some of you could be receiving money as in a loan or a scholarship or a gift from someone. Some of you could be handing out money as in supporting someone or offering someone else finances, or even again buying or purchasing something. We come to our confirmation card underneath and we see this Knight of Cups. Now, given that he is a court card and you have two of them, and they're both kind of facing out this way, it gives me the feeling that somehow this watery sign energy, and it could be male, is somehow involved in this whole conglomeration of this card. So whether or not he could be either the person receiving some of your kindness or goodness or money, or he is the person who is enabling you to receive something yourself. Think of him as being a potential bank loan person or a finance project manager, or possibly even a new employer. So with this card, it doesn't just have to be money either. It can be time, knowledge, support, any of those things. We come to the third week in July and we see here the Eight of Cups. So we see, and clarifying it, is the Three of Swords down here. So there feels as though there's a degree of pain here about leaving something behind, and it could be the pain of a love relationship one way or another. So you've got your back turned and walking off somewhere as if you are going in this new direction, on this whole new journey, but you feel like you've had to leave behind things that you have spent time and energy dedicated to. But once again, the most important thing to remember is that as you take this new journey forward, you gain much more again. These things don't just disappear, they remain forever in the heart. So you sometimes may not be able to be with them, the same people, or you may have felt there was some imbalance with some of the relationships around you, but you've grown from that, you've learned from it, and you take it forward with you in your heart and your mind as you start this new journey. And again, this is an ecliptical moon up here, so this may have all began in March or April of this year when the eclipses were around, or consequently this may be energy that is moving and transmuting into the second lot of eclipses which are coming in September. So it's a cyclical period that somehow involves that type of energy. And it's confirmation down here, the Three of Swords. There is this feeling of heart pain around there, so you know, feeling a little bit sad or a loss. But remember, it doesn't always have to be a loss when this card is here. Things can be communicated and worked through. What it tells us is if you wish to retain any of these relationships, you need to work on them, and communication must be used. Sometimes it can indicate that there are three people involved. Again, this is a card that can symbolize divorces and endings of relationships. So in many ways you've had two indicators of that for July. So some of you literally could be ending romantic relationships or long-standing partnerships. We come to this guy here and we see the Seven of Swords, and he is looking in on this. So he has turned up so much in the last 2 months' readings, and I don't particularly like him as a character. He is someone around who you should be wary of, and don't turn your back on him, actually, like that. Try and figure out what he's doing, what he wants, and if he's doing anything underhand. He can be someone who just isn't the type of person you need around. He could be trying to get your intellectual data, so you need to keep things like that private, and make sure your passwords are all under security. Don't go giving things out over the internet. New people that you meet, just be a bit wary of them, and make sure that you are picking the right types of friends for the right types of reasons when he's around. There's also the possibility that sometimes it represents yourself, and there are choices to be made and you're just not sure which choice to make, and there's a part of you that's heading this way which could be walking out, and there's a part of you that thinks, gosh, should I stay, should I go? So there's an ambivalence with this card, and there's a certain degree of uncertainty and unknowing, and that's how you're ending the month. But if we come down here to look at the confirmation, we get this Knight of Pentacles, and he's much more forthright and upright and has dignity and honour, and he has this pentacle here, so this may be concerned around money or finances one way, or career opportunities, and he is definitely looking out. So he's looking further than July, and he has a much more positive and happy outcome and disposition than the worry, if you like, of this guy. Sometimes this is anxiety and internalized anxiety. So if that is the case, you've got to bring yourself down to here and say, no, I'm pretty sure it's all going to be okay. I just need the strength, and I'm going to walk on out into the next month with this new idea, new proposition, new direction, new energy around finances, all those type of things. So there you are, Leo. One other thing, sometimes with this card, the Ten of Swords, it can be when an older person is coming up against a health time, like a bad health period, where they can be going into the beginning of like a respite care or a long illness. So just see if there might be anyone around that you know that could be venturing into that alleyway of life. So okay, Leo, that's your reading. These are still, even though there were only 4 cards, one for each week, they're still quite intense and they hold a lot of messages for you all, and I think it pays to focus yourself on the colours, the vibrations and the messages that you pick up from the cards as well. There's a lot of blue coming through, and I like blue. It's actually my very favourite colour because it's the energy of the sky and the sea, and I always think of that as being very mutable and changeable. So I always think life is that way. Nothing is set in stone. So let's see what the next card has to offer you. And this is a deck with crystal energy and mantras on the back of them. 7th and 8th month, we will pick the number 7, and we will take from the 7th card down for you. So let's just give another couple of shuffles. This is for Leo. What mantra are they going to have to utilise for the month? 7th card down. Red jasper. That's quite funny. Are you procrastinating? There's that there, you know, thinking, do I, don't I, should I, shouldn't I? Are you procrastinating? Take action and complete what you have planned. Speak up for yourself, follow through and take the necessary steps to see your projects to fruition. Have confidence in your ability to make things happen. I really like that. That's kind of encapsulated the whole message, hasn't it? So let's see what the mantra is. Angel of Action. I am grounded and focused on the task at hand. I creatively complete projects so that I can enjoy and share the end result. I am motivated to accomplish all that needs to be done. And in fact, Leo, I think you are anyhow, so that might just be reconfirmation for you. Hey, thanks for listening, guys, and for subbing and liking. I hope you've really enjoyed your July messages and utilised the mantra to give you lots of positive support of action and empowerment. I'll see you all in August. Take care. Have a great July. Ka kite noa. Much aroha. Namaste. Actually, guys, I have to admit here that the original video footage has disappeared from when I was doing this part of your reading. So I am redoing it now. Now we are going to select for you the 7th card down, and we will work from there. So let's see what's in store for you guys for July and what mantra you can choose. So this is for Leo. 7th card down. Okay. The Emerald. Let's have a look. I'll just move that up a little bit. Are you embarking on a new venture? Well, it did seem as though you were in your reading. Do you wish to increase your financial security? Trust that you have the ability to be successful and prosperous. Activate your inner entrepreneur. Believe in yourself and you will reach your goals. Well, that's a beautiful message to end with, and indeed the emerald stone, that beautiful green stone, which might also be very healing and cathartic for heart energies as well there, Leo. So let's have a look at what the mantra is across or on the back. Angel of Prosperity. I am blessed with abundance. I am successful in all of my business pursuits. My actions come from a loving place and have beneficial results for myself and others. I am fortunate. I appreciate and enjoy my prosperity. Well, I think that's a wonderful way to finish off your reading for July with the Angel of Prosperity. I imagine it's one that a lot of people would love to see turn up in their reading. So utilize that mantra, take hold of it, embrace it, and go forth with that particular energy. So there we are, Leo. I thank you very much for all watching, subbing and liking, and wish you the very best of Julys. Much sunshine, happiness and laughter. Ka kitea noa, much aroha. Namaste.